My profane friends, if you've never been to this map before, I'm going to video it now. But this is the United Grand Lodge of England, yeah, right? This is their provinces, districts and groups. Okay, that means, like, for instance, they've got the Grand Lodge, which is what runs the country, but that can be in various states or counties, yeah. So but they have a World Lodge as well. No one knows about that, obviously, but I've seen it in the paperwork. They've got a World Lodge, right? And they only meet like every 5 years or whatever, unless an emergency is called, yeah? And then there's other lodges that'll meet every 2 year or once a year. Do you see what I mean? Depending on how high up you go into the pyramid. But I only deal, as you know, of what's going on within your towns and your cities, because you can't do nothing about the world. You can't do nothing about your country. Do you see what I mean? But you can do something about your county. You can do something about your town and your city. And it's about ousting the bad people out that are running your town or your city and exposing them. Do you know what I mean? So, but this is what the United Grand Lodge of England controls. Okay, the provinces in England. Okay, look, Bedfordshire, Berkshire, Cambridge. I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna go slow through it. I'm gonna read them all out, of course. Yeah, obviously London. See, look, Somerset, Staffordshire. You show me a Providence, yeah, right, or Providence, Isle of Man, do you see what I mean? Then you've got districts in Europe, Cyprus, you know what I mean? Hey, you'd be surprised about the Greeks, do you know what I mean? And all that, what are running your towns and cities if you do the research, but that's another story. Then you've got Asia, Africa. So where is it where they don't control? Show me somewhere where they don't control. And I'm going to show you other maps in a minute. And then you've got Australia, of course, Papua New Guinea. But if you look at this map here, this is what they run it right across the world. Look, see, show me a landmass. I don't know what happened there. What's going on there? I don't know what this is. Get rid of that. I'll put the wrong bloody thing. It's this one, isn't it? Is it that one? Yeah, get rid of it. Now I'm going to scroll in here just to the UK, Europe. Okay. Now, as you can see, look, where is the United Kingdom? Look, see, where is the United Kingdom under all these different pins? Do you know what I mean? So obviously you can do the same. I'll go to America and give you a demo on that as well. And if I use two fingers, you can. This is just the England, right? We haven't done Scotland. This is just the UK. Now you tell me, if you were looking at the pins on a control of an army, yeah, or a gang that controls a certain country, yeah, if there was a war on, how do you think the Freakmasons are doing within that Masonic war? Where's a profane pin? Do you see what I mean? So as I go in, look, obviously they'll start spacing out. Now, I've done that again, haven't I? Get out of it. Now, this is your Masonic UK, yeah? Where in all of this, and each pin represents a different type of lodge, yeah? Remember, you've got white lodges, red lodges, blue lodges, black lodges, white lodges. I've already said that one, I think. Purple lodges. Do you know what I mean? All the colours you can think of, there is a lodge colour, okay, that represents a certain family, same as their heraldry, okay? Now look at that in the UK. If I can just, obviously I'm not a professional at this. Let's look at where I live. See, so Suffolk and Norfolk are brown and white, okay? And then as you go south, they change colour. Do you know what I mean? My profane friends. But let's have a look at London. Look. London, of course, the Rose Croix, the red, the Royals, do you know what I mean? Will be red, of course. Okay? So you tell me in all of that lot there, and you can, work it out, think about how many lodges you control or how many people you can control, because these people can call in anyone from any area to bolster up their men and their power. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's the police, the army, or anything else. Everyone is up for up in their military, right? In the Masonic army, they can be called up at any time to go at any place Do you know what I mean? To fight a Masonic war. If a town got taken over, for instance, they'd call all these Freakmasons from different counties and states, yeah, including the United States or any other place in Europe, yeah, they can call them forward. So there's the Masonic UK, right? So that's your UK. So I'll just go to a different one, right? So that's the in provinces and districts. So you're not a Grand Lodge of England, okay? So I'll just click on that again just to show you how it looks. Yeah, this is what that's unreal, isn't it? So here they come. Look, they're now getting pinned. Look, you can see them all pinning up. Look, across the world. Look, okay. Here they go. Look, and it just shows you how they've, you know, slowly dominated across the world. Yeah, but they've been there since day one. They try to make out the imp, but the imp, they're in everything. You know what I mean? They were black people. They were Asian people. They were black, Asian, I'm trying to think of other ones. I'm not very good at that, but you know what I mean? They were everyone, you know, Pakistani, you know, Eastern, where it don't matter where you came from, there was Freakmasons in that nation of people, yeah, controlling that, you know, and I think that was done, you know, as things got, you know, as they learned how to control populations and people. You know what I mean? They didn't kill the rulers, yeah, unless they fell out and didn't conform. They, you know, they'd start a war within their country, you know what I mean, or invade and dominate that, you know. But they didn't do it with Masonic aprons on, of course. They did it snidely and sneakily by, you know, marrying into the ranks of the aristocracy and all of that, you know, blah, blah, blah. It was all slow, but they were there, do you know what I mean? So anyway, let's go. So here we go, Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons of Scotland, okay? So this is Scotland, and look, Aberdeen, obviously they would control that, but look at what they control. All these counties or states, as they're known in thingy. So that is where they got them in Asia. Again, look, you see, and Africa, because you know, again, you like I said, they're all different, right? Do you know what I mean? You got to think. That's hard. How to explain? It's like a Game of Thrones, you know, Masonic Game of Thrones. You know, they've all got their own heraldry. They've got their own colours. But here we go again. Where's the landmass of Scotland? You see how they dominate? I've done that again. Wait a minute, my profane friends. How do I knock that back out? That's it. Again, where is the landmass? Now, each one of do you see what I'm saying, my profane friends? Look, where is the landmass for the profane people? How much of this army dominates Scotland? Do you see what I mean? Even the little islands, look, they're in nowhere where they are not. Do you know what I mean? They dominate and they put people everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And this is what it's all about. So we've got Glasgow here, look, on the left, look, and on the right you've got Edinburgh. But look at it, you see, and that's all different family crests, elite people, yeah. You know what I mean? And there they go, like as they go down into the borders. Okay, so that's Scotland. You can do this yourself and go to this. That's just the MasonicMap.com, yeah. The MasonicMap.com, right? So that's Scotland, all right. Here's the Grand Lodge of Ireland, all right. Remember, when there's a war break out, civil or war, whatever war it is, they're playing all sides, yeah. And all they're doing, yeah, is manipulating the profane, sending them into like bunkers and all that. You know, you go steaming into that bunker, you go over the fucking trench, do you know what I mean? Because then they're wiping out people that potentially, you know, coming awake, or they're depopulating. Do you know what I mean? That's all that is. And they're the captains and lieutenants. Obviously there's mistakes made and they get killed here and there, not the top ones like Hitler, Churchill, Stalin and all them. They're safe as houses. They, you know, you got to remember there's only like say 50 people manipulating a whole country of people to fight each other. If we had the sense, we turn round, you know, we'd have shot Hitler, we'd have shot Churchill, we'd have shot Stalin, you know what I mean? All the cohorts behind me. If you're in the trench, you know, there's 200 men, you got one man with a pistol, go and jump over that trench and face all them guns. You should, everyone, in regardless of what side, whether you were German or English, should have just turned around, shot your captains, your sergeants, your lieutenants and all that, and said, no, we're not doing this, and the other side does the same, there would have been no war. Do you see what I mean? Because no one can lead you. You know what I mean? Stop being led like a sheep. Do you know what I mean? Because it just causes war. And the people who are fighting are profane people with families at home. They don't want to be there. But here we are again with Ireland. I mean, who runs Ireland? Do you see what I mean? Where's the land? Do you know what I mean? You know, crazy stuff. Do you know what I mean, my profane friends? But again, like I said, you can go see all of this yourself. I'm just doing a quick little flick just to show you how vast Freakmasonry is. Now look, here's the Supreme Grand Chapter of the Royal Archmasons. Yeah, we're getting up there now, baby. You know what I mean? But remember, these ain't just the only lodges. Like I said, you've got black lodges, white lodges, blue lodges, red lodges, yellow lodges, pink lodges, believe it or not, mauve, I can't think of the other colours, but you think of a colour, Freakmasons have a lodge for that. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, family crests, heraldry, heirlooms. But here we go again. Look, Providence is in England. You know what I mean? And these are the lodges that we know about. I'm not even talking about the travelling lodges. You know, there's travelling lodges. There's, you know, there's all sorts of types of travelling lodges that we don't even know about, you know. And plus they can do a lodge. Like I said, it takes 3 men and can stand in a toilet and open a fucking lodge. Do you know what I mean? You know, and then there's a 5, then there's the 5 as you go higher, you know what I mean? Then the 3, 5, 7 again, do you know what I mean? Depending on how you rank up into the Masonic pyramid, you know. But here it is. Look at that. So where do you think, right? Yeah, if this is the Supreme Grand Chapters that run all the other Providences and all the rest of it, yeah, in their army, look, where do you think? Oh, let me scribble this across. Sort of, they got them, look, and all they are, these, all they are, look. So where do you think the power base is? Do you think it's in America? You know what I mean? They've got a few little places, look. You know what I mean, my profane friends? But England, as per usual, and you'll see it's centralised. Yeah, because that's where all the best land is, right? In the middle of the UK, yeah. This is where they retire. But as you can see, look, where their lollipops on the left, that's where all the nonces live, because they're giving out the lollies. But anyway, but there you go. Do you see what I mean? And like I said, you've got pink lodges, you've got orange lodges, you know, blah, blah, blah. But that's the Supreme Grand Chapters, yeah? But you've got, you know, like I said, you've got world lodges, and they don't tell you about these things, you know what I mean? And United Grand Lodges of Germany, right? So this is Germany, all right? And again, as you can see, the land mass, where is the land mass? And this is what I'm saying, they play all sides of the war. The only option for the war is that we get the gold, right? You know, look what Germany took, all the gold and the jewellery and everything, yeah? And then who took that? Where is it? Do you know what I mean? The only people who got it were those who won the war and took it. Do you know what I mean? And slided it away. Do you see what I mean? You know, blah, blah, blah. Switzerland didn't get into it. You've got to ask your question why Switzerland wasn't invaded. Do you know what I mean? Because that's where the Octagon Empire is, but that's another story. But, you know, Germany go right across Europe, but leave Switzerland alone. Dodgy as hell, eh? That's like, you know, if we did all the pub raids in Great Yarmouth, yeah, and we leave this particular pub alone, yeah, then you got to question it why. Why is it never raided? Because, it's, you know, you're paying it off, ain't you? Do you see what I mean? And you got the money to do that and all, you know. Because it ain't as though Hitler needed any money with all the gold and the jewellery and everything else he stole, including the land and whatever else. Do you see what I mean? But here we go, look, you know your Masonic enemy. They play all sides, you know. Hitler and Churchill were bloody friends. Do you know what I mean? And the go-between between that, if you know, is Aleister Crowley used to go in between the two of them. You know what I mean? You know, and if they decide to get on a plane and meet in a field somewhere, yeah, right. How do you know about it? Of course you don't. You don't know nothing about it. You see what I mean? Yeah, that's what they do. You know, same as like. I don't know, Pol Pot or whatever his bloody name is in Asia gets on with Donald Trump or one of the others. Do you know what I mean? They're all friends, you know. Like the Russians and Americans, they all get on because they own all the land. They own all the world, yeah? All it is about is manipulating the profane people to keep at each other's throats, distract them. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't want them focusing on us, you know. We don't want them to know what we're doing. But we will get, if there's a civil war, we'll get Norwich fighting London, you know, we'll get London fighting Manchester, we'll get Manchester fighting Liverpool, because we don't want them coming together and thinking to themselves the common enemy is the lords, the dukes and the earls running the states and the counties. Do you see what I mean? You know, we'll keep them confused, you know, we'll give them entertainment, bread and water, you know, circuses, blah blah blah. But you know what I'm on about, my profane friends. I don't need to educate you. Do you know what I mean about that side of things? You know, like, let's get them fighting over flat Earth. Now, so long as they're fighting over where the flat Earth, you know, once you've researched it and you know the truth on that, people still don't move on. They're still trying to convince people about flat Earth. But you ain't got to think about flat Earth, or did we land on the moon? You know, no, come on, you know, we know that, like, a lunar lander didn't come off the spacecraft, you know, and be built, blah, blah, blah. You know, so it's all bullshit. You know, and once you get that, you haven't got to look into it no more, because I know it's crap. You know what I mean? Flat Earth is a distraction. The moon landing's a distraction. Do you see what I'm saying? You got to have the strength to say, no, I'm fucking not being distracted by you Freakmasons that are trying to manipulate me, because that's what they're doing. They're manipulating you and grooming you to do these arguments and these fights of a blah, 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 because they don't want you looking what's within your town. Who's running your town? Who do you think's running your town? Do you know what I mean? The same people, elite people, yeah, and you running your counties and your towns from your town halls or whatever, but it all goes through the Masonic Lodge anyway before a decision's made in the town hall, yeah, and all they're doing is putting their own people in. Like the geezer here, what was his name? I can't remember. He went up for an election or something. He go, I'm giving all my money that I earn, yeah, if you elect me, I'm giving it all to charity. Cool in the gang. But then he's taking pictures that where he's standing from inside the Masonic Lodge. You know what I mean? He doesn't need the money because he's part of the Masonic Lodge. Do you know what I mean? They're paying him a wage anyway in oil, corn and water or whatever the bloody hell it is. Do you see what I mean? So he's on a good wage anyway, yeah? So, but if we can get this Freakmason elected again, do you see what I mean? But as again, it all bases on that charity thing. Do you see what I mean? What did charity do for Savile? You see what I mean? What did charity do? You see what I mean? You know, and that's that. Charity just hides a bigger corruption from people. You know, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? So it's always weary when there's a charity. And again, you know, look at the way. Let's put it this way, okay? Like, you've got Morrison's, right? They go, oh, put your old bags in here, you know, your own plastic bags, your carrier bags, yeah? They're selling you carrier bags for 50p or whatever it was, yeah? Carrier bags. Then you're putting them back into the thingy, yeah? And they're recycling them, right? And by recycling them, they're making their money. Do you know what I mean? And then if they're giving it to charity even, they only give a certain amount to the charity, but can take a slice off the top for their own self. Do you see what I mean? Their own benefits. Do you see what I mean? So it's not, they're not doing nothing for charity. They're just doing it for themselves. Same as Freakmasons. They go, oh, look, we just donated this to buy their fucking Masonic helicopter. Do you know what I mean? Make them look good. But it ain't, you know, you got to remember all the money they're getting is coming through their shops. They own all the shops. They own all the leases. They own all the businesses. Do you know what I mean? You know, everything flows up. When you buy something, you're buying it from a Freakmason. You know, whether that's a plate, a cup, a saucer. Buy some knives. You know, the knives, the cups, the plates and the saucers are coming through Freakmasonry. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what you think. Buy a bed. It's coming through. Buy a mattress. Buy a fucking car. Buy whatever, you know. Look at the cars. They're full of symbolism. You know, the Mercedes-Benz, you know, the three... You know, within the circle, if you look at it from about 50 yards away, you'll see it's a Masonic cube, 6 sides. But it's got 3 points on it, you see, the Mercedes, which is land, air and water, law. Do you see what I mean? The symbolism is there everywhere, you know. Look at the Audi, the 4 circles, you know, and then we can go into that, you know, blah, blah, blah. But that's the point of it. Do you see what I mean? It's all, that is the point, and all the point of fucking the compass. But, you know, you just got to look at it. It's just a Game of Thrones, you know, and there's families that go, you're looking after Great Britain, make sure it goes okay, and they meet every fucking whatever. You're looking after America, you're looking after Australia, but your job is to make sure your people don't wake up to what we're fucking doing. Do you know what I mean? Within your towns and within your cities. We want you to keep, you know, regardless of what that is. You know, you look at the papers today. What was the papers today? I was laughing, you know, Katie Middleton or something, you know, cuddled, you know, someone with special needs or something like that, you know. And I'm thinking that happens across everywhere. You know, millions of people are doing that all day long. So why is that news? Do you know what I mean? You know, because it distracts you and you think, oh, how lovely she is. How wonderful. You know, because they don't want to put in there, drug dealers and this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean? When is the last time you've seen anything about drugs and the corruption and the fucking shit that goes on? You know what I mean? When have they put printed, they do one print of it and everyone forgets about it anyway, oh, there's paedophile rings in Parliament. Where's the follow-ups? Where's the keep hammering at it, keep going, you know what I mean? Where's the Epstein things now? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? You'll find it on YouTube, blah, blah, but not in the fucking papers. Any follow, any rests, do you see what I mean? Because that's all distractional shit. You know what I mean? And the same people, the Epsteins and all the, it don't matter what it is, you just got to bring it down a bit. You know what I mean? You can look at Trump. You can't do nothing about Trump. You just put him there. You can't do nothing. You can't touch him. You know what I mean? Because the people in your town and city will stop you having anything to do with that. Do you see what I mean? Because they don't want, they control the votes. Look at your town halls. You see it. I've seen it. Like I said, they do the count. The box go to the end, and then you get 3 Freakmasons take it into another room, and you've got to trust that. You know what I mean? But again, it's just all a test. You don't know what the fuck's going on with them tickets or your vote. They tell you on the telly, we've done this and we've done that, and you believe it. Come on, I'm now running the town hall, yeah. I want to win, yeah. I want to win, and you got 3 of my friends there, right? All Freakmasons, yeah. It don't matter what the count is. You could have 1,000 people count them tickets up. In the end, what counts is them 3 men. Whether that box when it's opened and the numbers they give, it don't matter what numbers they give me. We've got 1,000 here. We've got 500 from there, 900 from. That don't matter shit. I'm the one on the phone ringing London going, dit. Do you see what I mean? We've got this, they got that. And that's all it is, It's crazy, mate. Absolutely crazy. And they show you in the films, look at Gangs of New York, the way they were paying, everyone to vote and go around changing their disguises and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? But that's all a fucking fallacy. Do you know what I mean? But you got to get down to the nitty gritty. These people just keep putting the candidates up. Yeah. I want my gang, yeah, my army. I want that to win. So I'm going to give 6 Freakmasons. It don't matter who you vote for. That's all the bloody same. Do you see what I mean? Here's 3 Master Masons. You know what I mean? There's 3 Master Masons there, and we'll throw in 3 women, you know what I mean, of Eastern Stars. It doesn't matter who you pick. They're still going to be on the boat. They're still going to be rowing the same way I want them to go, because they're part of my lodge. They're part of my gang. They're part of my army. Do you see what I mean? And that's all they do. And they just keep putting different people in place. It don't matter. Oh, you don't like him? Well, we'll sack him. Now, come on, we need put another 5 candidates up and to replace that person. As long as it's a Freakmason, we don't mind. You know what I mean? And that's all they do. And if there's any threats getting close to doing that, they're gang stalking them, harassing them, or making an accident of them. Just, I mean, and again, if you want to see that, just look at, Once Upon a Time in America, Casino, they're all working with the police hand in hand, you know what I mean? Because they're putting their own people in, you got, again, what I've investigated here, I had a policeman, right? A policeman, a prison officer, obviously I still, a policeman, a prison officer, a gangster, and something, all in the Masonic lodge, all working their gang, yeah, and running the doors and all of that shit. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck is going on here? Do you know what I mean? You're working in the prison. You're fucking a robber and a fucking thief and fucking a gangster. Do you know what I mean? You're a police officer, but you're all hanging together like best mates, running up and down King Street, drinking and fucking just getting in the clubs free anyway, because you're fucking, you're part of that Masonic gang, Crazy stuff. And I used to go, oh my God, how is it, but this is how they run, and, what can you do about it? You can do nothing, you know what I mean? But there's Germany, but that's what it is, and it's just a one big gang, the United Grand Lodge of England. But like I said, they give you the providences, and I've shown you, in a lot of my videos, the different lodges that there are available. Yeah, how about this, my profane friends, right? Look. You can see the videos I watch. Where's my bloody glasses? Look, I'll give you a demo on that, all right? Hopefully I can find it from here. Oh, yeah, actually I've got to go to this one, not the Masonic drug.
And in each chapter, doesn't know what the other chapter...
Drug watch. Like here, look, if you go to this video, right, this is to give you an even more of the Masonic lodges within your towns and your cities, yeah? You know, you got to remember this. This is a vast gang. It's dangerous. Yeah. You know, you've got 1% bikers in there. You've got scooter skins in there. You've got every type of gang you could ever think of. Right, let me just go down here, my profane friends. Yeah, look, Masonic encampments within our towns and cities. Yeah, and I go through it. You know, part 1 was a short one, but if I go into part 2,
Profane.
friends.
I'm trying to think. Well, not.
See how many?
And you know me, I don't ramble. Look at the bottom of it. Yeah.
Look,
Who's at the bottom? Look.
Who's at the bottom?
1290. The President of the United States is saluted as per 1284. Yeah. Now who's above him? Look.
These are the people.
See, grand officers of a grand commandery, eminent commanders and subordinates, commanderies and past commanders when detailed in command.
Basically, the president is at the bottom of the page, yeah, and everyone above here, the mighty, the right eminent deputy and the most reverend grand master and all that, these are all the top above the president of the United States, yeah. The next person down is the vice president and all his cabinet members in his states. Do you see what I mean? So it shows you the ranks just within this video, yeah, of how, you know, people are selected and elected, because the president doesn't run the country. The most worshipful Grand Master runs that company, the country, you know.
And as command, you know, they'll
have to go back. If you go to the back
by what you
video,
I can't see it.
There, do you know what I mean?
Because
I'll show you. You know, everything. There ain't nothing.
Clapping each other's backs, winking and making funny noises.
You know, there ain't nothing I don't show in my.
All my profane.
Who that bloody hell's that? Bloody. See, and again, look, Universal Masonic Lodge, and this tells you their different meeting times, where it is. You know what I mean? Look, the Gillian, Southwark, London, 3rd Thursday. And it shows you all that, you know, and I give you how many lodges there are, how many, you know, in just the encampments. There's all sorts of things I try to educate people with. You know, like I said, the Masonic increasing armies at the bottom here. Yeah, where is that, my profane friends? Let me just show you, and then I'm going to click. Look, this one here. Look. The Masonic increasing armies, yeah. You got to remember, I'm not a professional filmmaker, but all the information on it, yeah, is absolutely spot on. Do you know what I mean? But once you know and you learn it, this tells you about the Masonic wars, yeah, different Masonic wars, whether it was Spanish, civil. Do you see what I mean? You know, or Hitler and Germany. You know, they used their own thing. This one here, you know, about the scoutmasters. Do you know what I mean? Where they abused hundreds of thousands of people, you know, being scoutmasters. You know, and it goes on and on and on. You know how they have that. You know, and again, if you go to my Masonic flag.
Hello, my film, by the way.
Let me go back a bit. My profane friends.
So the blue black. So anyway, Scotland. Mention or see. Okay, watch. You see it?
Can you see it? The red, the white, and the blue. Red lodge, blue lodge, white lodge, yeah? That's the important. But can you see the square and calm piss in there, behind it? And then laying on the two X's, yeah? You see the cross, yeah? Which is the bloody, you know, the Knights Templar cross laying on the X, okay? But when you put two together...
Maybe they ain't good enough. Let me do another one. Let's do the island, Northern Ireland. Okay? Are we seeing it now?
And there's Northern Ireland, yeah? Are you seeing it now? Do you see what I mean? You know?
Okay, but I'm going to show you something. It's going to be something. You're going to love it, right? Watch the symbolism here. Watch this. Okay? Scotland. Okay?
And there's Scotland, right? So you tell me Freakmasonry has nothing to do with countries, you know, and what runs what. Do you see what I mean? You know, it's there in our own flags. But anyway, my profane friends, I just thought I'd show you how big their Masonic army, and that's like with Karen Brewer. She tells you more on the flags. you know what I mean? And explains it. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I'm, Masonic 232 and 323 configuration, And once you learn it, yeah, I even put a warning there because once you learn it, it's everywhere and in everything, And people who know my videos, and then I go like different places, It's all in different films, like The Hobbit, I do wallpaper. I do everything, all different films. I take a walk around Western Supermare, all of this shows you, the different things that these people do, and it's there in everything, and they run it all. You own no shops, you'll never own anything, and that's the sad thing is we'll never own anything, not in 1,000 years. They own all the shops, they own all the big buildings, they own all the churches, you know what I mean? Any businesses, they own it within your towns, within your city. They deem who's fit to get a shop, who's getting a lease. And you better be working for that Masonic lodge before you get a fucking business. And all these people with a shop that you see down the high street are working for the Masonic lodge, and they're spying on you. They're looking out for you. Do you see what I mean? I know. I've personally experienced it. From the gang stalking and that, and my memories of how it go. And like I said, there's a few videos. If you go through my videos, you'll see where I've handed my, where I go and speak personally to the people where I've remembered that, someone's spoken about me, or tried to warn people off me so they don't speak to me, you know what I mean? Because obviously I speak, they don't want me talking about, the drug dealers and fucking this, that and the other. They always want Babaras, do you know what I mean? Who do you want, Jesus or Babaras, the murderer or the thief and the big drug dealer? No, we'll have Babaras, do you know what I mean? Give us Babaras, do you know what I mean? And that's the same as within your communities. They always pick Babaras, and that's why they're successful, you know what I mean? Because they got the money, they got the thing, you know what I mean? And again, I've got videos coming, where I show you this, But like I said, I'm a busy man, I'm doing videos. Sorry if I haven't, I know a lot of people message me and that. I'm so busy, it's unreal, and I'm putting this video together, and it's called The Fall of the Cabal in Every Town and City across the world. Because once people start waking up to the symbolism around you, and I've my videos show that, I've had to make this is my new Masonic Drug Watch, that's my new channel here. Yeah, once you learn it, that's my videos there, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's my new videos. Once you, again, look at that Masonic drug deaths and Southport, some girls got stabbed, right, and everyone rioted, marched and everything else. But kids have been killed by drugs for 30 odd years. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you've got them in your neighbourhood. You have a look. You've got women pushing prams, getting their drugs with the children in, or they're selling their Xboxes. They all abuse on children. Go to your pubs, look at the children and the kids. Yeah, being influenced by the drug dealers. Do you know what I mean? Because they're the influence. You know what I mean? They all belong at the lodge. And all the pubs and the clubs are run by them. And like I said, no marches, no nothing. Anyway, have a great day, my profane friends, and remember, I love you all.